All right. We're going to try to follow the format sheet today. So, scene set 90, starting lineups 90, first pitch. No, just 90. So just follow the format sheet that's in that folder.
We hope. Because the managers are now meeting and exchanging lineups, so.
They just hit the billboard. I heard. It's the only thing I can ever hear coming out the radio for some reason is when you hit those billboards.
Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers. Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Bechtel Jewelers. John's Pool Supplies. And City National Bank. And now for the pregame show, let's head to the field and join our Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10 broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome into Appleman Park. We are on the campus of Musselman High School in Inwood, West Virginia, where tonight it's American Legion Baseball coming your way as Berkeley Post 14 plays their second home game on this season, welcoming in Romney Post 91 out of Hampshire County in West Virginia. For Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford, Caleb Falero, and Logan Nichols are our studio engineers. Well, we were here last night, a great opportunity to see this Berkeley Post team, and they certainly delivered in a 12-2 win against a somewhat undermanned Moorfield team. Matt, it will be a lot different here tonight.
Yeah, well, this is a Romney team. These two teams are familiar with each other. This is going to be their first area game technically, but they did see each other in that tournament out at Frostburg State University last weekend, so very familiar with one another. And in that game, it was Romney jumping out to the early lead. They had a 6-1 lead at one point, but it was Berkeley Post 14 that came back and got that win 8-7. So on one side, you're going to have Berkeley who wants to prove they should have won that game, and Romney wanting to come back and kind of avenge that loss.
Well, and especially considering in talking with Romney's head coach or manager going into this one, he said they were riding a 9-game winning streak before suffering that 8-7 loss. So Romney comes in with a record of 12 wins and 3 losses, already playing 15 games for Berkeley. They'll come in at 7 wins and 2 losses. Berkeley opened the year with 5 consecutive victories. They've gone 2-2 in their last 4 games, albeit both of those losses against a very, and I repeat, very good Severna Park team. And those 2 losses came at that tournament up in Frostburg over the weekend. So there's our matchup, Berkeley Post hosting Romney Post here in American Legion Baseball. Well, let's take a 90-second break. When we come back, we'll run through today's starting lineups as we get ready for the opening pitch. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. It certainly has helped take us to another level.
Shortstop, number 23, Tristan Everett.
We welcome you back in to Appleman Park, getting ready for tonight's American Legion baseball action. Berkeley Post 14 is the host. Romney Post 91 the visitors. And as the starting lineups are being introduced to the crowd on hand here, we'll take a look at those lineups as well. We begin with Romney. They are under the direction of head coach manager Joshua Crawford, no relation to our own Matt Crawford, and assisted by Trevor Largent. For Romney, shortstop Tristan Everett is in the leadoff spot. He's followed by starting pitcher Eli Hott. Batting third in right field, Foster Conis. The cleanup hitter is first baseman Justin Stone. Batting fifth in center field, Tobin Kane. The number 6 hitter, catcher Brady Whitaker. Batting seventh and playing third base, Morgan Little. The number 8 hitter in left field is Ryan Shoemaker, and batting ninth and playing second base is Evan Moreland. So Everett, Hott, and Conis, followed by Stone, Kane, and Whitaker. Little, Shoemaker, and Moreland round out the batting order, as they will have the 9-man team tonight. No designated hitter being used by Romney. Meanwhile, for Berkeley Post 14, the home team under the direction of manager/head coach Trip Tobin, assisted by Kevin Murphy and Ethan Greenfield. For Berkeley, center fielder Kyle Farmer is in the leadoff spot, followed by the shortstop Ryan Barger. Batting third and catching Brady Weaver. In the cleanup spot, right fielder Hunter Coe. Batting fifth and playing first base tonight, Zach Rose. The number 6 hitter, designated hitter, Ethan Wilson. Batting seventh in left field, Dylan McCartney. The number 8 hitter, third baseman, Parker Martin. And batting ninth and playing second base, Justin Murphy. So again, Farmer, Barger, and Weaver, followed by Coe, Rose, and Wilson. McCartney, Martin, and Murphy round out the batting order. Trevor Sharp will toe that pitching rubber, and Matt, he should be familiar as he is a Musselman Appleman.
And one of the couple Applemen that are in the lineup today, so should be a familiar mound for him.
Berkeley Post headed out onto the field in the white baseball pants, the black jersey tops, blue lettering and white trim, lined up along the first base line in the white baseball pants with the green jersey tops with blue lettering and white trim is Romney. Romney Post 91 coming in 12-3. Berkeley Post 14 at 7-2 heading into tonight's matchup. Last night, cloudy skies prevailed. Tonight, sunny skies, some big clouds way off in the distance, but certainly no threatening weather as we get ready for today's opening pitch. With that in mind, we'll send it back to the studio. We'll take a 90-second break as we pause here for the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have that opening pitch and all the play-by-play of American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
We welcome you back into Appleman Park. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, Caleb Valero, and Logan Nichols back at the studio, towing the pitching rubber. Trevor Sharp getting in his warm-up tosses as we get ready for action tonight. We understand Todd Stocks will be the umpire behind the plate calling balls and strikes, and Don Tapley, who worked the game last night behind the plate, will be on the bases for this one this evening. A two-man umpiring crew working tonight's matchup. The dimensions here at Appleman Park, 320 down both lines, 350 into the power alleys, 375 into straightaway center field. Lots of foul territory down both lines as the bullpens for each team are down their respective lines, which means there's some wide foul territory out there. The other thing to keep in mind, while there is a good distance between home plate and the backstop, it is the concrete backstop, and we saw a number of balls last night ricochet off of that and go right back towards home plate that made for some interesting plays.
Yeah, so Ryan Barger get easily beat at home plate. It looked like he was going to score easily in that big bottom of the fourth inning, but he had a ball that got past the batter at the current time and ricocheted right back to home plate. Lane Hours, the catcher last night, was able to get it and easily beat Barker back to the plate. So definitely something you got to be concerned about if you're at third base. You can't automatically just make a beeline for the plate if the ball gets by the catcher.
And one thing to be concerned about with the sunny skies as we watch the shadows just starting to stretch out from that first base side out towards the field. The sun field will be left, a little bit of center as well. So the left fielder, third baseman, shortstop, and even a little bit in center field going to have to work to play that sun. Now we are ready to go as Tristan Everett, starting shortstop, leadoff hitter for Romney, ready to stand in and take his swings against Trevor Sharp. We recognize that name of Tristan Everett along with the number 2 hitter Eli Hott from calling a Hampshire game against Jefferson back in the high school playoffs. First pitch down low, gets away from the catcher Brady Weaver. That is ball one in today's opening pitch, coming at exactly 6:30. That is game management right there. Scheduled for a 6:30 first pitch. That's just what we got. 1-0 pitch lifted in the air down the right field line. That one could be trouble, and it is a fair ball. Hits just inside the line. Karams out into foul territory where Hunter Coe tracks it down, gets it in quickly. But Everett has a leadoff stand-up double.
It was a pitch inside of Tristan Everett, and he was a little bit late on it, driving it, tailing towards that right field foul line, Nick, just about 1.5 feet inside of that foul line into fair territory. And some wheels, an easy stand-up double for him.
So a runner in scoring position for Eli Hott. Everett with that leadoff extra base hit, trying to pick up where Romney left off. They got off to that hot start against Berkeley back on Saturday at the tournament up in Frostburg, but slowed down, and eventually Berkeley came back for the 8-7 victory. Hott takes a called strike one. Eli Hott, a right-hand batter, stands near the back of the box, feet parallel as he swings, bounces it as good as a swinging bunt, grabbed out in front of the mound by Trevor Sharp. He'll look towards third but then turn and throw on to first in time to get Hott. No sacrifice. It was a swing, but as good as a bunt as it advanced Everett to third. Hott is retired 1-3.
And yeah, it was as good as a bunt. I'm not sure that was the intended play there as he was swinging away, but did move the runners 90 feet away from scoring. Tristan Everett and now standing at third base, and Foster Akonis standing in.
An opportunity to maybe bring in the game's first run. Sharp delivers a fastball on the outside corner. That is strike one to Konis, right fielder, number 3 hitter in the order. Stands with that open stance, that front foot shaded down the right field line as he swings at the next pitch, bounces it off that front foot for strike 2.
That was an off-speed pitch from Trevor Sharp, and Konis was expecting fastball way out in front of that one. Just lucky to get a piece of it.
We'll assume Konis, one of the 3 collegiate players on this team, as his batting helmet has the PS on the front for Potomac State. The 0-2 delivery. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Sharp. A little up and off that outside edge.
Yeah, Konis was expecting a fastball in the 0-1. Was way out in front. Maybe waiting a little bit further back for a curveball changeup on that 0-2 pitch. But Trevor Sharp, a good job just battling back with a fastball in the outer third.
So now 2 down with the game's first run still 90 feet away. Tristan Everett, who led off with a double, stands at third with 2 outs, and Justin Stone, the batter. A right-hander takes down low. A backhand stop by Brady Weaver as he knocks it down, keeps it around home, and holds that runner at third.
And if Sharp can get out of this inning, that's going to be huge. A leadoff double by Tristan Everett. If Romney is blanked here in the top of the first, that is a big win early in this one.
Yeah, maybe an early momentum builder for Berkeley. Here's that 1-0. Breaking pitch snaps down in there for a called strike. Evens the count to Stone 1-1.
We've seen the strike zone is going to be expanded a little off that plate so far.
Yeah, our plate umpire looks over the inside shoulder of the catcher. Has been given that outside edge. There's that breaking pitch again for a called strike. Stone now down in the count 1-2.
Yeah, I want a breaking ball very much on the outside edge and just about let her high. Not a whole lot you can do with that one.
Sharp ready in the 1-2. Here it comes. Fastball hit in the air. Foul, first base side, and this one goes back out of play. So it holds at a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner at third. No score, top of the first. Romney batting against Berkeley. American Legion baseball on a sunny evening. And all in all, a sticky but relatively comfortable evening temperature-wise. Our game time temp at 81 degrees. Breaking pitch on this 1-2 misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not sure I'd go to downright comfortable. A little sticky.
It's not bad. Of course, we have a little box fan.
Yes.
Blowing a little air through the press box here. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery, and that fastball down low goes through the legs of Weaver. He'll pick it up in the grass behind the plate, but will not make a play at the plate. Trevor Sharp not at home, coming down off the mound as Everett crosses and scores from third to make it 1-0 Romney.
This ball just got through the legs of Brady Weaver. Looked like he was dropping to the knees to just keep that one in front, and I think just found the only hole below.
It could be a passed ball. We'll see how it's ruled, as on the 3-2 pitch, Stone bounces it on a couple of hops towards the second baseman. Justin Murphy fields and throws in time to get him at first. That ground out goes 4-3 and brings the inning to a close, but a leadoff double and a passed ball lead to a run, and at the end of a half an inning, it is Romney 1, Berkeley coming to bat.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Eli Hott going through his warm-up tosses for Romney as he'll get ready to face Kyle Farmer, Ryan Barger, and Brady Weaver. Top 3 in that Berkeley lineup. Hott, a right-hander out of Hampshire High School. We had a chance to see him throw against Jefferson in the postseason, and Matt, very impressed with the way that he pitched.
Yeah, I was impressed with that entire team really facing Jefferson, but in particular I was impressed with Hott and the game we saw him play, and we'll see if that was a good night for him or if he's going to be consistent and throw one out here tonight. That's a gem.
Tough luck loss in that one back in the high school postseason against Jefferson. Kyle Farmer, former Martinsburg standout. Now on to college baseball, gets ready to stand in. The leadoff hitter in yesterday's game against Moorfield went 3 for 3 with a walk, 3 runs scored. One of those hits, an extra base hit, a double, and he drove in a run as well. Let's see if he can keep swinging that hot bat as he takes the first pitch for a strike, apparently at the knees on that inside corner. Looks like a good strike zone tonight. Pitchers will love it. Hitters better be ready to swing the bat. On the 0-1, it's a bouncer towards third. Little does a nice job to kind of back up on it, play the hop, and then throw Farmer out at first.
Yeah, it was an in-between hop. It was a good job by Little. Looked like he At first glance, was going to try to charge it, or realized it was going to be that in-between hop. Was able to throw the brakes on, move to his left, bring the ball into the body, make a good throw over to first.
So Farmer retired on just 2 pitches. 1 down, base is empty for Ryan Barger. Shortstop and number 2 hitter out of Martinsburg High. Here comes the pitch, and that fastball just slow and away, ball 1.
Barger, a good game last night in that number 8 spot. Ended up going 2 for 2, scored a run, also drove in a run.
Swings and lifts this one in the air into right field, ranging over to his right, stopping, coming in a few steps, and making the grab is Foster Konis. So again, just 2 pitches needed as Barger is retired on the fly out to right. 4 pitches, 2 outs. A very effective start for Hott.
And not a bad approach at the plate for Berkeley. If the strike zone is going to be pretty wide like we've seen so far, don't put it in the hands of the pitcher or the umpire. Go out there and swing the bat. This is a lineup that can hit the ball very well. So a good approach so far.
Brady Weaver, the batter, swings at the first pitch, rips a line drive into left field. That is a base hit. Ryan Shoemaker plays it on a couple of hops, dropping to his knee to make sure it doesn't get by him. Stands up and throws back to the infield as Weaver makes his turn and holds it first with the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that was right in Brady Weaver's wheelhouse. That was a little high and inside, and he turned on it and just absolutely hit a scorcher into left field.
And we'll have a runner taking over at first. That's Cam King. King going to serve as a courtesy runner for Weaver with 2 outs in the inning. And Weaver being the catcher, it gives King that opportunity to come out and run. So King is aboard with Hunter Coe to the plate, right fielder and cleanup hitter. Swings through strike 1. Coe yesterday was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and also walked. Had a fly out to right field. So officially 0 for 2, but was on base 3 out of 4 times and scored a run. He'll swing, gets a piece of the 0-1 pitch, a bouncer foul in behind the plate. The runner holds it first as the count goes to 0-2. Yeah, it's not always about hits, it's about getting on base any way you can. The hit by pitch in the first inning, a part of 1 run scoring in that first yesterday for Berkeley. Reaching on the error in the 4th inning, part of that big 8-run inning. And then walking in the 4th inning again as a part of that big inning. Here's a pitch on the outside corner taken by Coe for a called 3rd strike. Eli Hott hitting his spots on the 0-2 pitch, paints the black on that outside edge. Coe goes down looking, and the side is retired. There was a 2-out single for Brady Weaver. Cam King, the courtesy runner, will be stranded at first base, and we are through 1 complete inning with Romney in front of Berkeley by a score of 1-0.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large 1-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
We only make home loans, so we better be good at it. And we are. It's that simple. With our focus solely on mortgage lending, you can come to us with peace of mind knowing that your mortgage loan is in good hands. As one of the nation's largest private lenders, our focus is on helping you get into your new home.
Back in again at Appleman Park for American Legion Baseball. Last night we saw John Lowry Sr., Jefferson head baseball coach, hanging out below watching the action. Tonight it's Hedgesville head coach Eric Grove, who is here to take in the action with some of his players as a part of this Legion team.
Good little showcase for him to see how his players are doing over the summer.
Yeah, a couple of those players, guys that will be back, but a couple of those guys that are moving on, including Brady Weaver and Hunter Coe. And, of course, again, if you're wondering, well, where's Chase DeLauder? As we mentioned last night, he's down at James Madison, where he's already enrolled, taking some classes, working out down there in their baseball facilities during the week, and then back home through the weekends, where he'll be a part of this Legion team. We get the top of the second started. Tobin Kane is standing in and fouls the first pitch back to the screen for strike one. Number 5 hitter and center fielder, a left-hand batter. Facing the lefty on the hill, Trevor Sharp, who in the first inning threw 14 pitches, 10 for strikes. Gave up a run on a hit. Here is a bunt that goes behind home plate. Picked up by Brady Weaver, who turns and looks to first, but our plate umpire Todd Stocks quickly throwing the hands out, calling foul ball. So the count 0-2.
And just trying a quick little drag bunt, trying to bunt his way on for a single was Kane. Fortunately, it just spiked right back into home plate.
Must have had a little bit of backspin on it, that as it hit, it kind of went backwards. And Brady very quick to pick it up, pivot like he wanted to throw to first, just in case it was fair. But it was a foul ball, and now you imagine Kane will look to swing away. 0-2 on the way, and the fastball taken at the knees for a called strike 3.
That was a great pitch by Trevor Sharp. It looked like possibly a little bit of a two-seam action, tailing right back in at the last minute, and a great pitch finishing about knee-high.
Yeah, hit the location that he was looking for, and right now both of these pitchers seem to be on their game in the early going. One down, nobody on. Brady Whitaker, today's starting catcher for Romney Post 91, steps into the right-hand batter's box, and he takes strike one.
You mentioned both these pitchers in a groove so far, and it makes you relax a little bit more on the mound when you know that the strike zone is going to be a little wider than it usually is.
Sharp to the plate, a swing and a foul tip hung on to by Weaver. Whitaker down in the count, 0-2. Yeah, both of these guys coming out throwing strikes, and the batters understanding that, making every effort to put it in play. Swinging away at the 0-2, it's a pop-up that will get back out of play. Brady Weaver, the catcher, gives it a look but runs out of room. It'll hold 0-2 to Whitaker with one out, bases empty, and a 1-0 Romney lead. Tristan Everett led off the game with a double, went to third on a ground out, and then scored on a passed ball. 0-2 delivery, a fastball that sails high. Now at a ball and 2 strikes. Whitaker, feet parallel in the back of that right-hand batter's box. Keeps them about shoulder width apart and looks to stride into that pitch. Here it comes, and it's on the outside corner for a called strike 3.
On the outside corner tonight, I'm not sure how many strike zones that's going to be a strike on the outside corner, but as long as it's consistent and you know you can live there, that's going to be a phenomenal spot to live in for pitchers tonight.
Back-to-back Ks, and both looking here in this second inning for Trevor Sharp. And now he'll go to work facing Morgan Little, third baseman, number 7 hitter in the order. And the left-hand batter takes, and that fastball just off the outside edge for ball 1. So you'll get it if you're a right-hand batter. You got to watch that outside edge, but a left-hand batter, that outside edge may not be as wide. Here is a pitch just off that outside corner again. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, it's looking like you're right so far. I wasn't willing to jump to that conclusion after one pitch, but back-to-back in a very similar location.
A pitcher usually has the advantage, they say, in these lefty-lefty matchups. And Sharp consistently trying to work that outside edge. This time does catch the corner, and the count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, move that fastball in about an inch, inch and a half.
That 2-1 pitch to the plate, and the fastball misses high, 3-1. Second time he's gone to a 3-ball count. He went full to Justin Stone in the first inning, and ultimately got a ground out to second to end the frame. Let's see what happens with the 3-1 here. Right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is full. Good pitch by Sharp. Trying to battle back after falling down in the count. 2 outs with the bases empty. The 3-2 pitch to the plate. Swinging a ground ball towards the second baseman. Murphy in on it. Scoops it up and makes that throw to Zach Rose at first, in time to get him. Little will bounce out 4-3, and the side goes in order. 3 up, 3 down in the Romney second inning. We've played an inning and a half with your score. Romney 1, Berkeley 0.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Well, the Washington Nationals rained out yesterday, able to get in Game 1 of a split doubleheader earlier today down at Nationals Park. 105 was the first pitch, and Patrick Corbin goes out and gets the victory. Bullpen pitched well also. Bats came to life, especially late in what was otherwise a tight game, as the Nationals get the win over the Phillies by a 6-2 final. Game 2 of the split doubleheader getting ready to start at 7:05 tonight. And we'll take you to that game in progress as we wrap up here. We'll keep you up to date with some scoring updates as we bring you Legion baseball. Zach Rose, the Berkeley first baseman, stands in. Bottom of the second underway with a foul ball out of play, third base side. That's strike one. Rose will be followed by Ethan Wilson and Dylan McCartney, 5, 6, and 7 hitters facing Eli Hott, who needed only 8 pitches, 7 for strikes, to retire the side in that first inning, giving up just a 2-out single. Misses down low with the 0-1 to Rose. That one gets away from Whitaker, who walks over and scoops it up in the grass just outside of the dirt circle around home plate. Count it 1 ball, 1 strike. Good size in that left-hand batter's box. Rose somewhat crowds the plate, swings and grounds this one towards the second baseman, takes a very high hop at the last moment. Moreland able to play it, makes a low, wide throw at first, but a nice scoop, if you will, by Justin Stone. That ball never got into the dirt, but he really had to reach out towards right field and down towards that dirt to pull it in.
Yeah, I think Moreland's glad that play is done. It took a nasty hop right as it got to that infield dirt. Now, I think he rushed the throw a little bit more than he needed to. Zach Rose, not slow, but doesn't necessarily have the amazing speed coming out of the batter's box, and had a very scary throw to Stone.
So it brings up Ethan Wilson with 1 down. Bases empty, and the first pitch down low for ball 1. It seemed like he somewhat sidearmed that throw as well. And a nice pick by Stone at first. Hot ready, and the 1-0 down low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, ended up taking Justin Stone to a knee just to keep his balance and make sure he was able to keep his foot on the bag.
Well, the throw back from Whitaker getting away from Hotz. Shortstop Tristan Everett in to scoop it up and get it to his pitcher. And for Eli Hott, first batter he's gone to 2 balls on. First 5 batters, no worse than 1 ball. And that only came to 2 hitters. And now he's gone to a 3-ball count as Wilson takes down low. This one in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Ethan Wilson drew a base on balls yesterday in the matchup against Moorfield. Came around to score on a balk, part of that 8-run 4th inning. He draws the 4-pitch walk as the 3-0 misses, and Berkeley has a base runner with 1 down here in the 2nd inning. It'll bring up Dylan McCartney, left fielder, number 7 hitter in the order. Berkeley got a runner with 2 outs in that first, left that runner stranded at first base. Wilson stretches out his lead as Stone holds him on. Hott will now work from the stretch as McCartney in the right-hand box is ready. Here comes the pitch. Down low, and it goes off of, I believe, the knee or the shin guard of Whitaker. Caroms all the way over towards that Berkeley post dugout. It stays in play. Wilson will go to second base, advancing on the wild pitch.
And I think if Wilson is more than just jogging down to second and paying attention, I think there's a decent chance he may have been able to get to third on that. Whitaker had no idea where that baseball went, and Eli Hott had to come off the pitcher's mound and go all the way to the dugout down the third base line.
I think Whitaker's feeling that one just a little bit as well, as that one seemed to come right off the knee and then went over towards the dugout. And Trip Tobin talking with the umpiring crew as to whether that ball would be considered going out of play, as it was right over against the third base dugout where Berkeley is located.
No, I think what the conversation was too many guys out of the dugout and in the way of getting that baseball.
So a couple of guys who are right there on the edge sitting on the buckets back up half a step, set the buckets back down, and we're back to action. So McCartney awaiting that 1-0 delivery with a runner in scoring position at second, representing the tying run, and McCartney takes a called strike. Count evens up 1-1.
Dylan McCartney playing left field today, and Matt, you and I were talking before the game just how many different positions and how versatile McCartney is. Left field today, a catcher by heart. We've seen him play second base. He's a pretty good pitcher as well.
Here is a pitch down in the dirt, gets away from Whitaker to his right. McCartney was looking at the runner out at second going go, 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 but Wilson said, I didn't get a good break, and he stays put there. 2 balls and a strike now to McCartney. Wilson with his lead at second. Middle infield really not paying much attention to the runner. Hott looks back at him, and now the shortstop ducks in behind him. No throw made as Hott pivots and looks him back. So Wilson again will get his lead as McCartney takes a deep breath and digs back in. The right-hand batter awaiting the 2-1 pitch, and here it comes. That one works down low and outside. 3 balls and a strike, and Hott having a little trouble finding that strike zone. He walked Wilson with 1 out. Now has gone to 3-1, so 7 of the last 8 pitches out of the strike zone. That 3-1 delivery on the outside edge. Count goes full now, 3-2. I think McCartney taking all the way.
Yeah, and even if it wasn't the 7 of the last pitches being thrown were balls, I think even he's taking that pitch regardless. And again, not a whole lot you can do in a ball low and away. I think that's a swing and a miss to a lot of hitters.
And now that 3-2 delivery, and it's lined over the head of the shortstop out into left center field. Shoemaker, the left fielder, over. He's got it, going to hit his cutoff man. Will there be a throw to the plate? No. Instead, the throw goes to second. It's a little high, and diving in safely there is McCartney. He's got the RBI base hit that brings home Ethan Wilson from second base. We got a tie ball game now. It's Romney 1 and Berkeley 1. A good piece of hitting as McCartney gets the run batted in, and he'll get credit with a double as he hustles that one out. That throw came to the cutoff, and then the throw to second base. Throw never came through to the plate. It could have been a closer play had that throw been a little bit lower from the third baseman Little. So the go-ahead run in scoring position now for Parker Martin, and the first pitch in there for strike 1.
That's a big pitch for Hott to come back and throw a first pitch strike to Parker Martin. Came back and to an even count against Dylan McCartney, but had fallen behind the last couple of hitters.
Hott will look at the runner at second, and the pitch to the plate taken for strike 2. Little flinch from Martin as though he might be ready to swing the bat, but ultimately held up and now is down in the count. He'll choke up on the bat just a little bit. Right-hand batter. Back of the box, somewhat crowds the plate as he awaits that 0-2, and he swings, sends a soft liner out into right field, dropping quickly. It'll be a base hit. Foster Conas came in on it, thought he had a play, but ultimately had to let it hit and play it on a bounce. McCartney had to make sure that ball dropped, so he goes just 90 feet from second to third as Martin reaches on the single.
That's a good piece of hitting by Parker Martin with 2 strikes, just driving it to the opposite field. I think Conas probably did have a play on that ball, but played it safe and made sure the run didn't come around to score and got on the one-hop runners at the corners.
And we will have a visit to the mound as Joshua Crawford, the manager, head coach, if you will, for Romney, out to try to settle things down for Eli Hott, who has now given up 3 hits, a walk and a run in this ball game. Has a strikeout as well, just 1 out in this Berkeley half of the second inning. A run in to tie it, and now runners at the corners. I'm sure not only talking with Hott, but also talking with the entire infield as to how they may want to play this with the runners at the corners.
It'll be interesting to see if the corners play in or not. You know that the middle infielders are going to play double play depth, and right now looks like third baseman Morgan Little is going to play behind the bag. So the entire infield are going to play double play depth.
With the conference on the mound, the conference down that third baseline, as McCartney, the runner at third, and the batter Justin Murphy right there to talk with manager Trip Tobin. So Murphy knows what's expected as he steps in. The runner held at first by Stone as the pitch to the plate is taken for strike 1.
Justin Murphy, a great night last night. Came in for Corey Daly, ended up going 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. Also came around to score a run in that big 4th inning.
The 0-1 on the way. Shows bunt. The runner starts down the line at third as the third baseman Little was coming down the line as well. Pitch missed low and outside. Whitaker gave a look down towards third but had no play there.
That's a nice thing for McCarty. He could go as far as Little did. No, nobody was coming around to cover third base in a play like that. The shortstop's not going to wheel around with nobody on second base.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Runners at the corners. Here's the pitch and the fastball low and outside. 2-1. So in that case, that would have been a safety squeeze. So the runner was starting down the line as that pitch was coming across the plate. Should Murphy have had a pitch to bunt, you imagine that McCartney would have continued on towards home to try to score. No show of bunt on the 2-1 pitch as Murphy takes a called strike on the outer edge. Now 2-2. No indication Martin might be trying to move over at first. In fact, not a real big lead right now. Runners at first and third, a run already in. Just 1 out, the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes to Murphy, hot ready. And that one up and in. It's a full count, 3-2. Now the question for Trip Tobin, do you go ahead and put Martin in motion and risk the strike him out, throw him out double play? Although Murphy doesn't strike out a lot. He makes contact. Let's see what we do.
I don't think you send him.
3-2 pitch. There goes the runner, and the 3-2 misses down low. That's ball 4, and Murphy draws the base on balls. Well, he did send him, and it is a walk that will load the bases with McCartney at third, Martin at second, Murphy at first, and we're back to the top of the order, and Kyle Farmer. Farmer 0 for 1 today with a bounce out to third. That opened up the Berkeley half of inning number 1. Up in a key situation here in a 1-1 tie, bottom half of the second inning.
Now with a force play at the plate, you see the corners playing in. Middle infield still playing double play depth as that one misses high.
And there's ball 1 to Farmer, and Hott continuing to battle himself just a little bit in this half inning. A couple of walks. Has given up a couple of hits as well and has fallen behind hitters, whereas in the first inning was on top of hitters. 1-0 the plate. Down low, bounces away from Whitaker, goes back towards home plate, and by the time Whitaker can get there, a run has scored. As McCartney crosses from third, Martin goes from second to third, Murphy from first to second. 2 in scoring position, and now a 2-1 lead for Berkeley.
Okay, that ball ricocheted off one of the posts holding up the safety net behind home plate. Ricocheted back to Whitaker, but rather than make a wild throw and allow the runners to advance one more base and score another run, just decided to hold on to it and cut the losses.
The 2-0 pitch on the way, taken for a strike by Farmer, now 2-1. So each team has scored a run thanks to either a pass ball or a wild pitch. A wild pitch here in this situation brings home a run for Berkeley, Everett scored on a passed ball to Trevor Sharp back in that first inning for Romney. Swinging at the 2-1, it's a bouncer foul third base side, and the count to Kyle Farmer goes to 2-2. So a 2-1 lead as Berkeley Post has plated a pair here in this inning, and it all got started with that 1-out walk. Then came the RBI double, and both of those batters have scored. 2 more in scoring position. That 2-2 pitch to the plate, a swing and a foul tip. Whitaker could not hang on to it, and Farmer has new life.
Yeah, I think Whitaker had it in the glove for at least a moment, and it just popped in and out of the pocket.
So Farmer steps out, gathers his thoughts, and will dig back in. That count holding even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hott working from the stretch with a couple on, holding his spot, holds the ball in behind his back, now comes set, looks at the runner at second and the pitch. That one up and in. It'll send Farmer to the seat of his pants as it misses inside for ball 3.
And you do have a base open, but if you're Eli Hott, you want to try to find the strike zone here. It is a second inning that's slowly getting away from him.
Farmer, the 6th batter that Hott has faced here in this half inning. 3-2 pitch, and it is popped in the air down the third base line. It is a foul ball and will drop in as a foul ball, and the count will hold at 3-2. No chance for the left fielder or third baseman to get there. Tristan Everett, the shortstop, giving it a look, but he had no chance either. He'll pick it up in foul territory, and they'll get the ball back into play. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. as Farmer making Hott really work to try to get the second out of the inning. After Zach Rose bounced out to the second baseman, Ethan Wilson walked. Dylan McCartney delivered a run batted in with a double. Parker Martin singled. Justin Murphy walked, and with the bases loaded, a wild pitch scored a run and advanced the two runners into scoring position where they stand right now. 3-2 again due to Farmer. Here it comes. Popped up into shallow left, actually right at the fringe of the dirt and the grass. It'll be the shortstop Tristan Everett pulling that one in, and Farmer is retired for the second out of the inning. Barely getting to the edge of the dirt and the outfield grass. Farmer again a little out in front of that one, popped it up.
Yeah, I think he saw a pitch he liked and just couldn't wait back long enough. That one looked to be right in his wheelhouse, about letter high.
2 outs now for Ryan Barger, looking for a clutch base hit that might score a pair as he takes strike one.
And again, Barger had a couple of them yesterday, also added an RBI. So a good game yesterday, hoping that can carry over to tonight.
He is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Goes the other way with a soft liner over the head of the first baseman Stone. It drops in for a hit. That'll score. Martin Murphy rounds third. He'll score as well. And Ryan Barger does deliver the clutch 2 out, 2 RBI base hit. And that's 4 runs in the inning, and Berkeley now with a 4-1 lead.
And there wasn't anything special about that hit. Barger just drove it the other way. A little flare that didn't even hit the outfield grass, nicked the infield dirt before going into the outfield. Unfortunately, Justin Stone just couldn't get back quick enough. And a good piece of 2-out hitting by Ryan Barger.
Barger aboard at first as it brings up Brady Weaver. He singled sharply into left field his first time up. He swings at this pitch, bounces it foul. Tripped Tobin with the leaping attempt in the third base coach's box, but could not make the play.
Hit his hand. He's got to come up with that one.
That is strike one. And an E43. 43, the number on the back of the jersey for manager Tripp Tobin. 0-1 pitch due to Brady Weaver. Here it comes. A swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Hott, working down and away to the right-hand batter. Weaver steps out, takes that batting helmet off, puts it right back on, and now is ready to go with the count at 0-2. Barger is lead at first. Stone holds him there. Hott comes set, and the pitch, and it's a check swing bouncer towards the third baseman. Little has it on the run, makes that throw to first, and just in time to get him. A bang-bang play to end the inning.
Good stretch over at first base by Justin Stone. Didn't beat him by much, and just shows you how much power Brady Weaver has. On that check swing coming around, was able to hit one that looked like a routine ground ball on a full swing down the third base line.
A good second inning for Berkeley as they send 8 batters to the plate, and they score 4 runs in the inning. And as we head to the third, it is now Berkeley 4 and Romney 1.
It's the late nights. It's the early mornings. It's working in the sunshine and rain and snow. It's the dedication, the care, the hours of training that led to the winner's circle. It's our job, our passion, our lives. We are the horsemen.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
Inning number 3. Caleb Falero, Logan Nichols, our engineers back at the studio. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 sports coverage of American Legion baseball. A run in the first for Romney. Berkeley answers with 4 in the second. And as we go to the top of the third inning with our play-by-play, we send it over to Matt.
Here in the top of inning number 3 here at Appleman Park, home of the Musselman Appleman, and for the first half of this summer Legion season, going to be the home of Berkeley Post of 14. Brady Weaver, the last batter, took a little longer to get all that gear on, so he gets in a couple with pitcher Trevor Sharp. He throw down to second is complete. Corner infield come in. Trevor Sharp now has the baseball, and we are ready for action here in the top of inning number 3. Ryan Shoemaker set to lead it off for Romney.
Sharp living up to the name. He has thrown 28 pitches, 20 for strikes through the first 2 innings, outside of giving up that leadoff double to Tristan Everett and then allowing him to score on a passed ball. He's been lights out.
First pitch to Shoemaker, a fastball strike on the outside corner. Count now 0-1.
He's done a nice job of hitting that outside edge. He knows the umpire's giving him that corner, and he's really worked it nicely.
A swing at a foul ball that hits the screen. Shoemaker was ready to take a cut at that one. Off balance coming through that follow-through. Ended up in that left-handed batter's box after the swing. Now behind on the count 0-2 is the Shoemaker. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball that tails outside, and that misses for ball 1.
A good choice. You've been hitting that outside edge. If you don't hit it, maybe you get him to chase. That one just a little too far.
Ready with that 1-2. There's the hanger that stays high. The curveball misses for ball 2.
He's had some success with that pitch through the first 2 innings. Just didn't get the break he was looking for on that one.
Now comes the break even. Here's the 2-2 pitch, a ball that bounces in. The fastball misses short. And only went about 58 feet on the way in. Count now even, 3 balls, 2 strikes to today's starting left fielder for Romney. Trevor Sharp now ready out of the windup. That hair flowing out the back of the cap. Ready with that 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Ryan Shoemaker goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Trevor Sharp.
Yeah, late decision by Shoemaker. I think at the last moment he thought, this just might be a strike call, and he threw the bat out there at it trying to make contact and came up empty.
And I think it would have been a strike call either way. May have been a little outside, but we don't really know how far outside that strike zone's going yet. First pitch, a strike to Evan Moreland, the number 9 hitter in the Romney lineup. So Sharp doing a good job getting ahead of hitters so far in this one, including this 3rd inning. The 0-1, a fastball high and outside, ball 1.
Can't help but think of Mark the Bird Fidrich every time I see Trevor Sharp out on the hill.